What's good, everybody? It's Shin, and today I'm coming to you from the strip here at the Excalibur, and I'm heading to their buffet for brunch today. Now, the brunch here at the Excalibur has recently expanded to be 7 days a week, which is really, really great. If you're excited as me that another buffet is open 7 days a week here in Las Vegas, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and let's head on over because it's time to eat. All right, guys, so we just got seated here at the Excalibur buffet, and looking around, this is actually a really nice renovation that they've done. Now, I do recall being here years and years ago before the renovation. It was really dilapidated and old and dated, but it's very modern, and I love how it looks now. The Excalibur buffet is open daily from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And from Monday to Thursday, you're looking at paying $26.99, and Friday to Sunday, you're looking at paying $29.99. Honestly, a pretty decent deal for a buffet here in Las Vegas. Now, I have eaten here when they first reopened back in July of last year, but I haven't returned since. Hopefully it's as good as I remember, because I was very surprised the last time I came here. Now, before I get to the food, let me give you a quick tour of the buffet. All right, guys, so starting off, we have the beverage stations here. Pepsi products along with sparkling waters, juices. And then coming over, you have the bar section where you can get drinks, the alcoholic variety. And then coming up, there's the Latin section here. All your accoutrements here. Chicken, beans, rice, some eggs, potatoes, pozole, taco meats, and fish, some chips here. And then that's right next to the Asian section, where you can see sushi, miso soup, your lo mein and vegetables, fried rice, orange chicken, as well as your egg rolls here. Up here is the carvery. Along next to it is the omelet station over here, you can see. So omelet station there. And the carvery here, you've got your turkey, your briskets, your kielbasa sausage, some dinner rolls. And then that brings us to the American section, where we've got some fried chicken, got some fried chicken, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, biscuits, and the best gravy that I remember in the world. Pancakes, French toast, plenty of fresh fruit here. Got some breakfast potatoes, eggs, some cheese blintzes as well. Cinnamon rolls and pizza under the Italian section here. And more breakfast items. Got your sausages, a rigatoni pasta, as well as some bacon. And then that kind of brings you to the salad section here, where there's also a pretty decent selection of seafood. It's like a crab salad. Mussels and shrimp over here. And then you've got your Caesar salad, cucumber tomato salad, your antipastos, and then your own salad bar section here. Some yogurts, oats, as well as some, what is this, oatmeal here. Oatmeal. That looks like a chicken noodle soup here. Little bagel station at the end, along with some toast, as well as your cereal bar here. And then another beverage station there. And let me take you on over to the dessert section. And here we are at the desserts. We've got a made-to-order crepe station going on over here. Got donuts, pound cake, danishes, cream puffs, cupcakes, more danishes, something that looks like a panna cotta. Nothing's labeled here, unfortunately. I'll have to ask what that is. Cannolis. Then you've got your sugar-free pies and cakes over here. And then you got your bread pudding here, looks pretty good. Ice cream machine over here, along with all of your toppings. And then your assortment of cakes here, looks like you've got key lime, banana cream, chocolate pies, tiramisu, cherry pie here, carrot cake in the back over there. Yeah, muffins and some donuts, and then back to the crepes. So that's the buffet, guys. I'm gonna get back to my seat and get ready for the plate. Okay, and that was a quick tour of the buffet here. If you want to see an in-depth close-up look at every item that they have available, I'll have a video for that and I'll link it above. But that's enough info and talking. Let me go get my first plate. All right guys, so I'm back with plate number one, and plate number one, I filled it up with some gut-busting comfort food. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I love over medium eggs. Got some breakfast potatoes here as well, a slice of kielbasa sausage, some fried chicken, and last but certainly not least, I've got these biscuits and gravy. And the last time I was here, I remember their gravy was so good. I hope it's as good as I remember. So I'm not gonna leave anything to mystery. I'm gonna go in on these biscuits and gravy first. Now, typically when you go to a buffet and you get biscuits, usually you're looking at a dry brick, but the biscuits here at the Excalibur are actually still pretty moist and soft. Let's give it a taste. Yep. Yeah, it's about as good as I remember. Your Honor, I would like to submit into evidence the best white country gravy in Las Vegas. Now you can really see the big chunks of meat here, just giving all of its flavor into this gravy. Nice amount of bite from the black pepper. It's thick, has a bit of a smoky flavor as well. I'm telling you guys, this is the best country gravy that I've found in Las Vegas. All right guys, so if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I'm a huge fan of over medium eggs, and I love that every buffet that has an omelet station is always willing to make you fresh eggs. Going in on these eggs. Okay, the next bite is gonna be some of this kielbasa sausage. Skin felt nice and crispy as I cut into it, and it looks pretty good. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, that's not bad. It's pretty good kielbasa sausage. You can taste all the seasoning. The skin has a nice snap to it. I wouldn't say it's the best kielbasa sausage I've ever had, but it's very passable for a buffet. Okay, next up, let's go in on some of this fried chicken. Now, typically, I'm not a huge fan of fried chicken at buffets. Usually, you're looking at something soggy. It's not all that great. But I recently did have a really good experience eating fried chicken at a buffet at the Ace Buffet. So let's see if the one here at the Excalibur is just as good. Let's give it a bite. Now, I'm sure you guys must have heard the crunch. I was actually very surprised. The skin is super crispy, which I love. There's decent seasoning in the batter as well. You could taste hints of onion powder, garlic powder. Now the meat is actually quite juicy as well and flavorful. It's not dry by any means. This is actually pretty good fried chicken from a buffet. I'm very surprised. It's actually pretty solid. All right, and the last thing to try on the plate are these breakfast potatoes. I mean, at first glance, they look pretty good. You can see the peppers and onions, nice char on some of these potatoes as well. Forking them, it feels pretty soft, so you know they're cooked all the way through. Let's give it a bite. Yeah, they're pretty good. Potatoes are definitely cooked all the way through, nice and soft. That bit of char does add a bit of smokiness as well. You can taste the peppers, you can taste the onions, but overall the flavor is a little subdued. I think maybe just a little bit of additional seasoning would have really set off these potatoes. All right, overall, I'd say a pretty good first plate. Let me finish this up and I'm gonna go for plate number 2. Okay, that first plate was pretty satisfying. Let's go for number 2. Alright guys, so I just got back with my second plate, and with my second plate I went with more of an Asian theme. As you can see, I've got my standard half and half here, vegetable lo mein along with some fried rice. I also got in on their wok fried vegetables. They look kind of good. And they have orange chicken, had to get that, and a vegetable spring roll. Let's see how all this stuff tastes. I'm gonna start with these wok fried vegetables. You can see all the oil glistening off these vegetables. They were nicely wok fried. Little bok choy here. Let's give it a taste. You know, unfortunately, the wok fried vegetables are kind of bland. Typically, when you get a really good wok fried vegetable, you want to get big hits of garlic, a little bit of sweetness from some cooking wine, pepper, salt, but really it just kind of feels like these were stir fried in some oil and that's it. I might pass on these the next time I come here. Now, hopefully the vegetable lo mein is better. Got your snap peas in there. I mean, it looks pretty good. Let's give it a taste. It's definitely passable vegetable lo mein. You can definitely taste more of the seasoning in this than you did in the vegetables. It's passable, not the best though. For one, I'm actually a little annoyed at the length of the noodles. This is about the longest noodle that's in there. I would like something a little bit longer, something a little more substantial so that I can really get a nice chopstick full, fork full. I know fork full is a word. Is chopstick full a word? If it isn't, I'm saying I need a good chopstick full. Let's try the fried rice next. Fried rice definitely has the right color. Looks nicely stained with soy sauce. You can see the little bits of egg as well as garlic in here. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, that's actually pretty good fried rice. Rice is nice and sticky. You get good umami from the soy sauce. And they also have some chili flakes in here that gives a really nice kick at the end of a bite. This fried rice is actually pretty good. Okay, next up, let's try a bite of this vegetable spring roll. The skin feels nice and crispy as I pick it up. Let's give it a taste. This is actually pretty good. Skin is definitely nice and crispy. The vegetables inside are really well cooked and actually very well seasoned. I almost wish that this is what the wok fried vegetables tasted like. But overall, pretty decent vegetable spring roll here. And the last thing to try on this plate is the orange chicken. At first glance, it looks like standard orange chicken that you would find at something like a Panda Express. Glaze looks nice and sticky. Let's give it a taste. Does it have hints of orange? The glaze definitely has hints of orange. Is there chicken inside? Yeah, there's chicken inside. Is the skin crispy? It's kind of crispy. Really, it just feels like everything you would expect from an orange chicken, just done at like a C- level. It's barely passing. And the chicken, while it's not dry, it's actually relatively juicy. It's a little flavorless. I almost wish they brined it in some way. Now, it's passable, but any dollar Chinese place is going to blow this orange chicken out of the water. Overall, the Asian plate was a little lackluster. I think the fried rice was actually probably the best thing. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna eat it though. Okay, so not the best second plate, but let's go try a third. All right guys, so I'm back with my third plate. And with my third plate, I went with a little bit of variety. I've got a beef taco here with beans, rice, guacamole, sour cream, and cheese, and pico de gallo. Got a little slice of cheese pizza here as well. And I went with a slice of their brisket from the carvery section, a little bit of barbecue sauce. This is looking pretty good. Now first off, I'm gonna take a little bite of this pizza. Honestly, there's a nice thick layer of cheese on this pizza. It's nice and caramelized on the top as well. Let's give it a bite. It legitimately tastes like the sheet tray pizzas I remember from elementary school lunches. The crust definitely leaves a bit to be desired. There's not a lot of flavor there, and it almost feels undercooked even though it isn't. Cheese has a good amount of flavor to it. The sauce is almost non-existent. I'd probably skip on the pizza here. Let's try a slice of this beef brisket. Now just cutting into it, it feels super soft, so hopefully that's a good sign. It's definitely looking nice and juicy. The fat looks rendered as well. Let's give it a taste. That's pretty good brisket. The meat is definitely very, very tender. The bark has great seasoning. The barbecue sauce is nice and tangy and sweet. It really helps to balance out some of the richness of this brisket. I really have no complaints. This is pretty solid brisket. Now lastly, it's time to go in on this taco. Now if they had hard shells here, I would have made a double-decker taco with the hard shell on the inside of this soft shell to kind of keep everything together. Unfortunately, that wasn't an option today, so soft taco it is. Let's take a bite. Yeah, the taco is not bad at all. The beef is actually very, very well seasoned. The beans and the rice aren't adding much. I'm not sure if they're just being overpowered by the other flavors. Guacamole tastes fresh. Sour cream is nice and cooling. The pico de gallo adds just a little bit of spice. Yeah, honestly, not a bad taco at all. Now, definitely I got a smaller third plate because I'm starting to fill up. I'm gonna finish this up and then activate the dessert stomach. Let's get it. Okay guys, so I am back with my dessert. Take a look at this. I've got a nice little cream puff here along with my favorite bread pudding and then a little caramel cheesecake as well. This is all looking really, really good. Now, if you've watched any of my other buffet review videos, you know I love bread pudding, so I'm gonna have to try it here first. Oh yeah, that's really, really good. I don't know what it is about bread pudding, but even a mediocre bread pudding to me is always so good. The bread is nice and soft, but still a little bit of springiness to it. And the vanilla sauce on top is just divine. It's so terrific. It tastes so good. This is a pretty solid bread pudding. Try a little bite of this cream puff next. I actually really like these open face cream puffs where you can see the cream as opposed to having one where the cream is injected inside. Although I guess it could make for a little messier of a bite. I always find that you get more cream in a cream puff when they're constructed in this way. But let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, that's really good. Now the pastry has a really great texture to it. It's got some really great chew, and this cream is just perfect. Nice and sweet, great airy texture. Makes for a really good bite. This is a good cream puff. Okay, and lastly, let's take a bite of this caramel cheesecake. Oh, the caramel on top just running down the sides like a waterfall of pure sweetness and gluttony. I love it. Let's give it a taste. That's a nice cheesecake. Now, right off the bat, it's actually very, very lightly sweet. It's not overpowering at all. The caramel on top adds just a little bit of smokiness along with its sweetness. And the graham cracker crust on this is really tasty. This is a pretty outstanding cheesecake. All right guys, and that does it for me here at the Excalibur Buffet. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. I'd love for more people to see this place. Now, if you're looking for more great content coming out of Las Vegas, please consider subscribing to the channel. I've got a lot of great videos coming your way. And that's all for this video. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed Vegas with me. Shin. Bye.